Welcome back to Game On Now. As we promised you at the top of the show, footballing royalty joining us here on Game On this Saturday with Pitso Mosimane, Coach Pitso Mosimane joining us in the studio. Thank you so much for your time, Coach Pitso. And I have to ask you, in getting straight into it, over the last few years, you've spent so much time as a well-traveled man, a traveling man in the way of football. What have you learned in your travels and your successes abroad?
Yeah, thanks. It's good to see you also as a person. And thanks for the invite on Game On.
It's only a pleasure.
Yeah, humbled. What's your question?
What have you learned in your travels and your successes? And if there are any failures, maybe highlight those as well, where you feel you could have done better, in your time abroad especially.
Yeah, well, you know how life is. Life is never the same. You can never be saying everything is going up like this. It's always, it's a graph, man.
Yeah.
And it's a normal graph, to be honest. Because I don't know anybody who's just having his life going up like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if he has, he must share the formula with us. Yeah, there have been a lot of good things happening. There's been a lot of adventure happening. And in football, we don't like to say failures. We say lessons. Lessons learned. Yeah, there's been a lot of things. There's been a lot of travel. And I think the main thing is the safari, the adventure, navigating, just coming out of the borders of South Africa in football. And for me, it was moving out of the comfort zone because I felt that it was good at Mamelodi Sundowns, but once you win the treble, and there was another treble also with the Champions League, Telkom Cup and the league, so 2 trebles, and 5 premiership titles, 5 times coach of the season, and few Nedbanks and Telkom Cups, and I said, no, but come on. You can never be sitting around here. Can you find something that is going to challenge you and see, navigate? And the main thing was always for me, I said, why is the North African space dominating African football? North African teams are dominating African football.
They have been for a while.
Still today. So I said, I had this thing, the itch to say, I want to know.
Do you know that answer today?
Yeah, I know now. Why is Tunisia a powerhouse? You find Esperance there. Yeah. You find Tunis all the time in the World Cup. Why is Raja Casablanca, Wydad, Fus Rabat, why are those teams dominant in CAF? In Morocco, national team, you find them in the semi-finals of the World Cup.
True.
Why is Egypt the powerhouse of African football? Nobody can put the Champions League titles like Al Ahly on the table. I think they've won the league maybe 43 times, 44 times. And why has Egyptian national team been a powerhouse also? They've dominated CAF. If you have to say AFCON titles, who has won them on? It's Egyptians. Who won the Africa Champions League a lot is Egyptians and Morocco's and Algeria and Tunisia. Who has won the Confederation Cup? It's yesterday, today, last year.
And possibly tomorrow.
Yes, so I said to myself, no, I need to see what's happening there, and I think that's the place to test yourself, move out of your comfort zone. Then I moved out. That's when I went to Egypt, and Yes, I think it's the same story like maybe Rulani now. Everybody says, what happened? Why? You know? But yeah, I had to move just to move out of my comfort zone.
And now many South Africans have wondered over the years, maybe since your generation, when so many of you were playing abroad, why that's not happening to the current generation. But also, whilst they are moving abroad or trying to move abroad, is the northern option, what's happened with Pesitao, going out to go play in Egypt. Should our players also be thinking North Africa to improve, rather than maybe trying to get just to Europe in trying to expand and learn about the game of football?
There's a good...
And why aren't we moving players?
It's a good thing and happening here, and also can be our challenge of moving. If you take, for example, you go to Zimbabwe, you find Nakamba not even playing in the Premier League, but not even playing in South Africa, but you find him in Aston Villa. Why? How you find Fashion Sakala in Saudi League, and he's bossing the Saudi League. He's playing as a right winger. To be honest, for me, in my opinion, he's contributing more than Riyad Mahrez in the same position. No, it's true. How you find Pitso Mosimane, you find him at Leicester City. You never found him here. How? What makes that? And what makes the West Africans, especially Nigerians, why you find them in Europe? So one of the things that contributes for them to go to Europe is their local leagues are not as strong as South African league. So they take a chance to go. Wherever they find, they go. Here, South African league, our players are, the league is better, stronger, financially okay. So why should I move?
Wise words from Pitso Mosimane. Thanks for your time, Coach.
You're welcome. Thanks.
Sure.
Bye.